Hello, everyone, and welcome to the class. My name is Audrey, and today's reading lesson is going to be another interesting one, I think. The article is titled "The Math Gender Gap, Nurture Trumps Nature." Okay, so in this article, we're going to be discussing a little bit about the differences between men and women when it comes to things such as math. Okay, so this is about a study done to find if there are any differences, genetic differences with men and women in regards to math. Okay, so this study was done in India. I found it pretty interesting, so I hope you do too. And as we go through the article, we'll be practicing our pronunciation, increasing our vocab, and of course, discussing the article throughout. So as usual, this is a combination of speaking and reading. Okay, so we're having a conversation, we're discussing the topics in the article as we are going through. Okay, so let's see who we have here. Leandro, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Great, it's nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil, Brasilia, the capital.
Okay, very good, very good. It's nice to have you in class. We also have George. How are you, George?
I'm well. What about you?
Very good, very good. Nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil also.
Oh, very good, very good. What part?
I live in Rio de Janeiro.
Okay, okay. So how far is that from Leandro, from Brasilia?
Oh, I have no idea, but it's so far.
I think it's 5,000 kilometers.
5,000
maybe.
kilometers, wow.
Yeah, 5,000 kilometers.
Quite far, yes, very far. Okay,
Yeah.
very good, very good. So maybe you share the same country, but you're not neighbors, right?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. I think the class is open for everyone, so those of you who are waiting can go ahead and join. And in just a moment, we will start with our introductions. So welcome everybody who has joined so far. Let me tell you again about the article. Okay, the article is titled "The Math Gender Gap," and it's going to be dealing with the differences between men and women. And this study was done in India, so in a rural part of India, about two different tribes. Okay. So I think it's quite interesting. I hope you'll enjoy it. And of course, you can ask any questions that you do have. So let's go ahead and see who we have. Anastasia, nice to see you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So tell us, Anastasia, where you're from.
Okay, I'm from Kazakhstan. I'm Russian, and I do love learning English.
Okay, very good, very good. It's nice to have you. Let's see who else we have. Sorry if my connection is running a little bit slow. I might be pausing sometimes, but I'll try to make the most out of it. Okay, we have Antonina. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Very good. It's nice to see you again today.
Yes, I'm looking forward to our discussion. I find the theme very interesting.
Very good, very good. I really liked this article, so I hope you do too. Tell me again where you're from, Antonina.
I'm from Russia.
Okay, very good, very good. Next we have Avni. Yes, we can hear you, but your microphone is very quiet. Could you come closer to it or turn it up?
Hello again.
Okay, it's a little bit better.
Okay. Hello, my name is Avni. I am from Turkey, and that's it, I think.
Okay, very good, very good. You're from Turkey. So great. Nice to meet you. We also have George. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm from Brazil, living in Rio de Janeiro.
Okay, very good, very good. We have Indranil. How are you?
Hi Audrey, I'm fine.
Very good, very good. You're very quiet. Is there any way you could turn up your microphone volume?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, it's a little bit better. So it's nice to see you again today, Indranil.
Me too. How are you?
Okay, tell us where you're from.
I'm from India, and it's nice that the topic is also about India.
Yes, yes, very good. I was hoping that we would have a student from India, so maybe you can help us with a little bit more of a perspective. Maybe you know something about what we'll talk about. Okay?
Okay.
So very good, very good. We also have Kitty, Kitty V.
Hello,
Hi, how
um,
are you?
I'm fine. You?
Very good, very good. Where are you from?
I'm from Vietnam.
Okay, very nice. And how should I call you?
Me?
Okay, I'll call you V. Okay, very good. So I won't call you Kitty then.
Yeah.
Okay, nice to see you. We also have Leandro. Would you introduce yourself to the rest of the class?
My name is Leandro. I'm from Brazil. Happy Easter for everybody. And
Yes, good. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. And I hope you eat a lot of chocolate.
Okay, very good, very good. Nice to see you. We also have Wanderson. How are you?
Yes, hi Audrey, hi everyone.
Hello,
Uh,
hello. Where are you from?
my name is Wanderson, I'm from Brazil. Yeah,
Okay, very good, very good. So nice to have you. We have three people from Brazil so far. Very good. We have Yada. Welcome. How are you?
Hello, Audrey. I'm fine. Thanks, and you?
Great. Nice to see you. And tell me, Yada, where you're from.
I'm from Mexico.
Okay, very good, very good. Nice to have you. So we are going to go ahead and start with this article, which I hope you will find interesting. Again, let me know if you have any questions. As we're going through, I'll help you with your pronunciation and any vocab words. And as always, there will be a discussion. So we probably won't get through the entire article just because it's a longer article and I want us to have a chance to discuss. But of course, I will give you the link at the end if you would like to continue. Okay, so here's the article on my screen. Let me give you a link quickly. And is the Verbling chat working for everybody?
yeah.
Yes.
No, it's not clear
Okay,
for
very
me.
good.
Yeah, it works.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the Google chat as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
So just let me know again if you have any problems accessing the article, and of course you can click my screen on the bottom to keep it up on the screen. So let's go ahead and start with Anastasia. Anastasia, would you like to read the title of the article and then the first paragraph?
Sure. The mass gender gap, nurture trumps nature. Rural India might not seem a likely place to study the roots of gender differences in mass performance, but a new study of two tribes living in the northeast of the country offers intriguing evidence that biology alone does not determine women's math aptitude or lack thereof, as former Harvard President Lawrence Summers once infamously suggested, and that culture has a lot to do with the difference between the genders.
Okay, very good, very good. So if there were some things that you didn't understand in this paragraph, don't worry, because we'll get to them. I just wanted to correct a couple words for you, Anastasia, okay?
Yep.
So the first one is this one about in the middle, intriguing, intriguing.
Intriguing. Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. And the other one, okay, so it looks like infamously, but it's pronounced infamously.
Infamously.
The stress is perfect. The stress is
Okay.
on the first syllable.
Thanks.
Okay, everything else was very good. So let's think about what is introduced in this paragraph. So we have the title and we have a brief introduction of the study to come. Let's start with the title, The Math Gender Gap, Nurture Trumps Nature. Can anybody explain the title for us?
It is about.
I really don't know what gender is.
Okay, gender just means male or female. Male or female.
Okay.
Okay, so when it says first the math gender gap, that means that there is a difference between men and women when it comes to math and how well they are at math.
What is nurture?
Right, so after that we have the subtitle Nurture Trumps Nature. Does anybody know what that means?
No.
Any ideas? So this concept, go ahead, Wonderson.
Yes, I think trumps is to be better. Like nurture is better than nature. And this article is talking about that. Nurture could be a training, or I don't know, like training, developing abilities. It's talking
how you
about
nurture
math. Training is better than nature, the gender.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you're exactly right. So this term nurture versus nature, or nurture trumps nature, is very commonly used. And what it means is nurture or development, culture, and lifestyle versus genetics. Okay? So that's the nature. Nature is your genetics, what you're born with. And nurture is the way you're brought up, your culture and your development. Things that aren't decided by your genes and your genetics. So this is the discussion. Is it more important the nature or your genetics or your culture and how you're brought up? And they're talking about this difference between men and women. Is there a difference between men and women's abilities because of the genetics or because of the culture and the development, how they're brought up? Okay?
Okay.
So I tried to explain that in a couple different ways. Does everybody understand what it means nurture trumps nature?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, very good, very good. So you can see just by that sentence, they're suggesting that the culture and the development is better than or is stronger than the nature or the genetics. Okay, and this is what the study found. So that's just the title. Let's look at the introduction paragraph. Were there any questions or any words you didn't understand there?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Just a minute. Thereof, or lack thereof.
Okay, Okay, very good. So this phrase, or lack thereof, means, let's see what we have before it. Biology alone does not determine women's math aptitude, or lack thereof means if they have a lack of aptitude for math. So either they have aptitude or lack thereof. They don't have any math aptitude.
Lack thereof is like they wasn't born with no aptitude.
Right, exactly.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, good question. Any other questions? So let me just summarize this introduction paragraph really quickly so we can all be on the same page, okay? So what we're doing to find out if nurture or nature is more important is we're going to take a look at two different tribes in rural India, two different tribes. And looking at these tribes, we're going to see how we see in the paragraph, if biology alone determines this factor or if it's more about the culture. Okay? So everybody understand okay so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, very good, very good. If you ever get confused, just let me know. I want us to be able to discuss this, so hopefully you're understanding everything well. Okay, very good, very good. So let's go to the next section and see what happens. Again, we're looking at these two tribes. So, Antonina, would you read the next one for us?
Prior research has found that fewer than 10% of math professors are women at PhD granting institutions. Only 7% are full professors at top 100 universities. So understanding the reasons for the disparity could help address it. The new study of members of the Khasi and Karbi tribes of India suggests that the influence of culture can virtually eliminate at least some of the gender differences.
Okay, very good, very good. So in the first part, we're seeing that there is definitely a gap, a gender gap, because less than 10% of math professors are women at these institutions. So there's got to be some reason why there is this difference. Okay, and that's why we're looking at these two tribes to find out what that reason might be. Any questions in this paragraph? Any words you didn't understand?
Yeah, what does mean disparity?
Okay, around the middle it says reasons for the disparity. The disparity is a big difference.
Okay, thanks.
So we're trying to understand why there's such a big difference between men and women in math. Okay, very good question. Any other questions?
I have one. What's the meaning of what address it after disparity?
To address it is to tackle it or to give it attention.
So understand the reason for the disparity could help address it. This address it is nothing related to address.
Right, it's different from like an address. So it says we have to understand the reasons for the difference in order to address it or solve the problem.
Address is an expression very common.
Right, to address an issue or to address a problem is a very common way of saying to try and solve it.
Okay, thanks, teacher.
Very good question. Any other questions?
What mean fewer?
Let me see. Fewer than or less than?
Oh, it seems like minus than.
Right,
Yeah.
minus or less than 10%.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good, very good. Any other questions?
I'm talking to
Okay, so again, we're looking at this great difference or this disparity between men and women, and we're taking a look at these two tribes. And I just had a question for Indranil. I was wondering if you had heard of these tribes.
Yeah, I am from Northeast only, so I know about this.
Oh, very good, very good. And before we get into the article, is there anything you could tell us about the two tribes?
These are the tribes of Assam, that's a state of India. Uh, it's a very minor group. Uh, it's actually there are many tribes
Mm-hmm.
like Ahum and Khasi, whatever you have known here. Uh, I don't know much about them, but just I know it's a tribe we have. They have
Yes.
different languages also. They speak different
Mm-hmm.
languages. Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. Interesting. So you're close to this area where they live.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So let's see what we can find out about them. And maybe Indranil, you'll learn a little bit more about the tribes as well.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, very good. Any other questions here? Even if it's not a specific word and you just don't understand what's going on, feel free to ask. But for now, we will assume that everybody understands and go to the next section. So, oh, sorry. Let me put the screen back up. Okay, so we have Avni, could you read the next section for us? Are you there, Avni? Okay, maybe not. Let us know if you come back. We'll go first to George. George, would you read the next one?
Yeah, sure. Research is led by Moshe Hoffman, a postdoctoral fellow at the University of California, San Diego. He studied villagers from both tribes. Genetically, the Kashi and Karbi are highly similar. The groups only became separate a few hundred years ago in some intermarried countries. Both groups are also subsistence farmers, living mainly on rice in a high region that gets world record levels of rainfall.
Okay, very good, very good. So let's look at a couple words here, George. This first one, subsistence, subsistence.
Okay.
Okay, subsistence. What does it mean, subsistence farmers? Can anybody tell us?
Maybe the farmers that produce by themselves to survive.
Right, exactly, exactly. So those subsistence farmers are the ones they don't farm to make a lot of money. They only farm to provide for themselves and their family. Okay, so that's how they survive, by farming. And the other correction I had for you, George, was this one, hilly, hilly. A hilly
Okay.
region. So it means a region with many hills. Okay,
Okay,
very
hilly
good.
regions. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So we're learning a little bit more about these tribes, mostly that they're genetically similar. They're very similar genetically. And they're subsistence farmers living in a very hilly region. Okay, very good. Any questions in this section?
Teacher,
Um,
what is hilly?
Hilly means a region with many
Hills.
hills.
I don't know what a hill is.
Okay, who wants to explain? What is a hill?
Hill is mountain.
Like mountains?
Yeah, it's like a short mountain covered
Oh,
with grass.
okay. And
Okay?
I'd like to know what the word fellow on a postdoctoral fellow. What fellow
Oh
is
yes, a fellow, a fellow. A fellow
fellow?
is somebody who is usually studying something, something like an intern. So a fellow is somebody who is working at a place, but they're not necessarily getting paid, or they're not getting paid much. They're still studying, but they're working at the same time.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
Okay, very good, very good. So this is the person who is leading this research about these two tribes in India. Okay, any other questions?
What is mean of subsistence farmer?
Right, we have the word subsistence farmers, and we went over that, but subsistence farming is when you farm just for yourself and your family. So you farm to survive.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Any other questions? Okay, very good. So let's continue. Let's see what else we can find out about these tribes. Indranil, would you read the next section?
Okay, sure.
Please, teacher.
Cul-
Before he reading,
Okay.
can you tell me what is living mainly on? I didn't understand the living mainly on rice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it says living mainly on rice. That means that's what they eat to survive, mostly.
Living basically eating rice, something like
Right,
that.
something like that. So living, basically eating rice, or mainly that's what they eat.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, very good, very good. So go ahead, Indranil.
Yeah, sure. Culturally, however, they are distinct. The Kirby are patrilineal. Women are only rarely allowed to own land, and the eldest son in each family inherits the property. Political and religious leadership is male dominated, and girls leave school nearly 4 years earlier than boys.
Okay, very good, very good. So we've talked about how genetically similar these two tribes are, and this paragraph suggests that culturally they are very distinct, or they are very different. Okay, great job. Any questions here?
Patrilineal?
Right, we have this word patrilineal. Does anybody know what it means, patrilineal? Or can you guess by the context?
He or she comes from your dad.
Can you say again? It was very quiet.
My microphone very quiet today. He or she comes from your dad, father.
Right, so that prefix we have patra, meaning coming from your dad, like paternal. So the Karbi are patrilineal, meaning that the man is the prominent figure. Okay, in the culture, the man is the most important. So then it goes on to tell us that women are only rarely allowed to own land. Mostly men are the ones who own the land.
Yes,
The son gets the property, and these political and religious leadership positions are for men mostly.
yes.
Okay, very good. So that's what the Karbi is patrilineal, meaning centered around the man, or male dominated.
Eldest. What is eldest, teacher?
Eldest? Eldest means
Yes,
the oldest.
Yes.
it's the same.
Right, the same. The eldest or the oldest son. The one who is the oldest. Okay?
What about unhurrieds?
Let me see, where is
Inherits.
it? Inherits, inherits. What does it mean to inherit? Anybody?
Well, it means that after the death of grandparents and parents, some things are left to their children. Like
Right. Go ahead.
for example, you can inherit money from your grandmother who died, and now you are a millionaire.
Mm-hmm. We can hope. Very good, very good.
That's a pretty good example.
Yes, very good example and explanation. So it says the eldest son or the oldest son inherits the property. So when the father dies, he gives it to the son, not to his wife. Okay?
Okay.
So the main part of this section is that the Karbi are male dominated. They're a male dominated culture. And I think a lot of cultures are male dominated, but not as much as this one. Okay?
Okay.
So that's the Karbi. Let's see about the next one, the Kasi. The Kasi. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Khasi.
Okay, very good. So, V, would you like to read about the Kasi?
Okay. Among the Khasi, women are the landowner, with no exception. Inheritance goes to the youngest daughter, and men are not supposed to handle money. Even cats owned by men working outside the family farm is typically given to their wives. Both genders are equally educated.
Okay, very good, very good. Great job. So now we're talking about the Kasi, which seems to be the opposite of the Karbi. The Karbi is patrilineal, meaning centered around the man, and the Kasi seems to be centered around the woman. The women own the land, the inheritance goes to the daughter, and the women handle the money. So very interesting. Any questions here?
What's made of landowner?
Okay, the landowner, they're the ones who own property. They own the land. So it says women are the landowners, meaning they own the land. They are the owners of the land.
Okay. Mm,
Okay, any
so
other questions?
What is the pronounce of inheritance? Inheritance.
Which word? Can you say again?
Inheritance. I don't know how to pronounce. After exceptions.
Oh, yes, inheritance. Inheritance.
Inheritance. Inheritance.
Perfect.
Okay. Inheritance.
Okay, so any other questions? Okay, if not, then what are some comments? The Karbi is centered around the man, but the Kasi is centered around the woman, something that's very unusual. What do you think about that?
Um, I think it is better than the other tribal,
It's better.
because yeah, I think it's better because the the woman has more rights in this case.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, the woman has more rights, and at the end it says both genders, both males and females, are equally educated. So that seems pretty good. Any other comments?
Yes.
one time.
Go ahead,
So,
Wonderson.
Okay. But I think I don't know if women will handle the money well. I don't think they can handle money well, and I think that's the negative point of this tribe.
Oh, so you think the women are going to do poorly with the money?
Yes, they will spend all of the money.
Yeah, so it could be. It could be. Maybe that's not a good idea. Okay, very good, very good.
okay,
Leandra, you wanted to add something?
yes, I'd like to know if the opposite of patrilineal is motherlineal,
Okay, we say matriarchal, matriarchal.
matriarchal. So
You can
one of
see
them,
the next part.
one of them is patrilineal, the other, the Cassi, are matriarchal.
Exactly, exactly. The Kasi
Matriarchal.
are matriarchal.
Okay.
Okay, very good question. Any other comments? What do you think about this difference? How do you think it could affect other things?
Uh, it isn't perfect too because all the all the sons and daughters uh, should should have the right the right to handle money and the right about inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
in this case, they separate the youngest daughter and the man. And the youngest daughter, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so you think maybe that everybody should be equal instead of maybe just one group?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Okay, very good, very good. So let's see what else we can find out. So we'll keep going. And Lucas, would you like to read this next one?
Yeah, sure. Uh, the cause are not completely matriarchal. However, men do make up the political and the religious leadership. These variant land practices are permitted in India, as the tribal regions are semi-autonomous, similar to American Indian reservations.
Okay, very good, very good. So we're still talking about the Kasi, saying that they're not completely matriarchal. And this one we learned meant centered around the woman. So men are the ones, even in the Kasi, who make up the political and religious leadership. Okay, very good. Any other questions?
What is semi-autonomous?
Yeah, we have the word semi-autonomous. Does anybody know what that means?
What is similar? Similar?
Sorry,
Similar
Lucas?
is
Can you say again?
your question is about the word similar.
It's
No,
about
semi-autonomous.
right, semi-autonomous.
Sim-
Okay, so autonomous means alone or self-sufficient. So if they're
yeah.
semi-autonomous, they're maybe like halfway on their own. So they're still connected to India, the country of India. However, they are halfway on their own. So they can do different practices that maybe don't happen in the rest of India.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Okay, very good. Any other questions?
What is semi-autonomous?
Right, this word semi-autonomous, like we said, it's something that is or some group of people that are kind of on their own and kind of connected to the rest of the country. So part of them is connected to India, the entire country of India, but they're still allowed to do other things that maybe might not be permitted. Okay?
Okay, thank
Very
you.
good, very good. And there is a lot of noise, so just make sure to mute your microphone if you are having some background noise. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so let's go. We know a little bit about the Karbi and the Kasi. Let's go to the study now and see what the study finds out. So let's see. Wanderson, would you like to read this one?
Yes. Hoffman and his colleagues. Sorry.
Is there an echo?
Hoffman and his colleagues studied 1,279 people from 4 Kasi and 4 Karbi villages, paying them for their time to test their ability to solve block puzzles. Each block was divided into 4 parts, and tests were scored by how fast people could accurately assemble the pictures painted on them. The puzzles were designed to test participants' spatial abilities, which are linked to math and science aptitude.
Okay, very good, very good. Just that word right there, spatial, spatial.
Spatial.
Okay, good. Everything else was good. So this is the study. We're starting to look at the study and what happens. So we took 1,279 people from these villages, from these Kasi and Karbi villages, and tested their ability to solve these puzzles. Okay, any questions here?
Yes, I have a question, like always. Accurately assemble. What does it mean?
Okay, to accurately assemble,
Ac
accurately.
ac accurately.
Good, accurately. Okay?
Accurately.
Perfect,
I did.
perfect. It's maybe a little hard. But accurately, to accurately is to correctly assemble or build something. Okay, so we had a block divided into 4 parts, and they needed to accurately assemble the block or correctly put it together.
I don't know what assemble is actually. Not actually. Accurately, I know, but assemble I don't know.
Okay, to assemble is to put something together or to build it.
Okay, thanks.
So they needed to accurately assemble or to correctly put together these puzzles. Okay, any other questions?
What is spatial abilities?
Spatial abilities, yes. Spatial abilities are, in this case, we can think of them as just some abilities that help you in math. So they help you to see things in a correct and mathematical perspective. Okay, there is a lot of noise. Try to mute yourself. I can't tell who it's coming from, but just try to keep your mic muted if there's some background noise. Okay, so again, we have these two different tribes trying to complete these puzzles and see how fast they can complete these puzzles to test their spatial abilities or their ability to solve mathematical problems. Okay? Anything else? Okay, let's go on. And we have Antonina, would you like to read the next one?
Among the male-dominated Karbi, men were 36% faster at solving the block puzzles than women, but about a third of the overall differences was attributable to the greater education received by the boys among the Karbi, and the rest seemed to be linked to other cultural differences.
Okay, very good, very good. So we're comparing their time that they solved these puzzles between the men and the women. So the Karbi men were 36% faster at solving these puzzles than the women. It's a pretty significant difference. Okay, any questions here? So what are some comments? What does it say the difference could be attributed to?
Greater education.
Right, exactly. So if you remember from the beginning, the Karbi men got more education than the women. So it might not be just the cultural differences, but also the higher education that the Karbi men got.
English.
Okay. Anything else?
What is overall?
The word overall?
Yes.
Okay, the overall difference is the entire difference. The entire difference.
Okay.
So it says a third of that 36% was attributed to the higher education. Everything else was linked to cultural differences. So what are some of the cultural differences? To review, what are the differences between the Karbi and the Kasi?
Women are not educated in Karbi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the women are not educated as much in the Karbi. What else?
The Karbi are matriarchal and the other one are patrilineal.
Okay, the Karbi are the ones, the Karbi are patrilineal. And the Kasi are matriarchal.
Matriarchal.
Okay. So what else? What are some other differences?
I think they are maybe happier because they inherit the money, all things they inherit. Maybe they are happier.
Which one's happier?
The men are happier because they inherit and own land, maybe. They inherit money.
Okay, yeah, so it could be that the men are happier. They not only inherit the money, but they have the power in most circumstances.
Yeah.
So it could be a reason why they are better at these puzzles. What else? Any other ideas?
No, just that.
Okay, very good ideas. Let's look at the Kasi. We have the Kasi right here. And George, would you read about the Kasi?
Sure. Among the Kasi, the difference between men and women was so small that it was not statistically significant. This study tells us that culture does matter, says Hoffman. What makes it unique is that we can control for biology.
Okay, very good. So talking about the Kasi, we're saying that the difference between the men and the women in solving the block puzzles was so small that it was insignificant or statistically insignificant. Okay, so the Carby had a 36% difference, and the Kasi, it was almost exactly the same. Any questions here?
No.
Okay, everything's okay. So why do you think with the Kasi that there wasn't a difference between the men and the women?
Because of their education, of course.
Mm-hmm. Right. So one of the factors would be the education. The education, because the Kasi are educated equally.
Yes, they give opportunity
Girls are treated
to
equally
the
with the
girl,
boys.
the women, learn about.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very good. Indranil, did you want to add something too?
Girls are treated, means women are treated in the same manner like males, men's.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get it? Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, so you said that the women are treated the same in the Kasi?
yeah, like men.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So the women are treated like the men in the Kasi. Any other ways or reasons why the Kasi could be the same with men and women? Okay, let's look at the
In
second part of this paragraph. It says, this study tells us that culture does matter. What makes it unique is that we can control for biology. Can anybody explain what that means? What does it
Uh,
mean we can control for biology?
so it doesn't depends on what you inherit from your parents or culture. Oh, whatever you inherit, it doesn't depend what you inherit from your parents. It depends how you nurture your children or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
That what
exactly.
controls. Yeah.
Right. So the reason that we can control for biology here is because remember in the beginning they had said that genetically the Carby and the Kasi are very, very similar. So their genetics are very similar. The difference is with the culture. So it would seem that the culture is the thing that is affecting this difference between men and women. Okay, very good, very good. Let's do maybe one or two more sections, and then we'll open it up for discussion. So, Indranil, would you like to read the next section?
Yes, sure. Just a second. Hoffman, right?
Right, this one.
Hoffman describes conversations he had with villagers that typify differences. Among the Curvy, he spoke with an 18-year-old girl who had recently married. She had left school at age 8. I asked her, "Why didn't you keep going?" She replied, "That would be a complete waste. Women are not smart enough to understand, and would I never use it anyway?"
Okay, very good, very good. So this is a conversation that the researcher had with a Karbi woman. And remember, this Karbi tribe is centered on the man. So you can see very clearly the difference between the difference in her attitude towards women. So she is a woman herself. She is a woman herself, and she believes that school is a waste of time. So, any questions here?
Eu já vou terminar.
No, there is no question.
Sorry, was there a question? Could you repeat? Maybe not.
No, I have no question.
Okay, so what do you think? Can we comment on this one? What do you think about the way that the Karbi woman thinks of women?
The girls, and especially the girls when a child, and they grew they grew with in mind that the woman won't use want to make use, for example, of math, of science, and so on in their life. They just have in mind that they will keep at home, work at home, doing woman's job, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you can really see from the words of a Karbi woman what they are taught to believe.
Yeah,
Okay, and
the culture, right? The culture teach that.
Okay, any other comments? What do you think about this comment that she makes?
Yeah, I think the women are not motivated to study or to try to improve their careers or something like that, because the political and religious power is main that dominates, and the money, political, religious, the land, money, land, the main dominates everything. So there's not a future for them. They are not motivated to improve, to try to get something.
Right, exactly. So maybe it's the lack of motivation that the women have for themselves that holds them back, you could say. Okay,
Yeah.
very good, very good. We will read one more, and
Excuse
let's
me.
see. Yeah, go ahead.
The last sentence, smart enough to understand, and would I never use it anyway? Should it be would I ever or never?
Would I ever? Okay, let me see. And would I never use it? That should be I would never use it. It shouldn't be would I never use it.
Would I ever? It won't be ever.
So it should be never. I would never.
Okay, I will.
I think you're right. The way that it's written, it should be would I ever if it's a question.
Okay, okay. I
So
got
let
it.
me write that. Would I ever is the question, and then I would
Would
never.
never use it. Okay.
Okay? So in the article they have it switched around. The person who wrote this article, it should say I would never use it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay? Good eye.
Okay, thanks.
And we'll read one more. Juan Carlos, how are you?
I'm fine, and I'm fine.
Very good, very good. It's nice to see you. Would you like to read the last section for us? It starts with Among the Kasi.
Okay. Among the Kasi, however, it is male abilities that are subject of negative stereotypes. Speaking to a Kasi woman, Goodman confirmed that she handled the finance in her marriage. When asked why, she replied, "If you give a man money, he's just going to waste it on boozy."
Okay, very good, very good. Let me correct a couple words for you, Juan. This one is booze, booze.
Booze.
Okay, what is booze? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Alcohol.
Right, booze is alcohol. So when you ask this Kasi woman, She says, if you give a man money, he's just going to waste it on booze or alcohol. So, Wanderson, remember in the beginning you said women will just waste the money? Well, these Kasi women think that men will just waste the money.
I don't agree.
So very interesting, very interesting. Okay, so what do you think about this? This is the other tribe of the Kasi woman is saying negative things about the man. What do you think?
Yeah, there are some men like that who waste money on alcohol. So
So,
whatever he's saying
Indranil,
is,
Indranil,
yeah,
do you think that it's better for the women to handle the finances or the men?
no, if man is proper, then it's okay. But if but if man is careless, means it's not advisable.
Yeah, so really from these quotes from the different tribes, from the Karmi and the Kasi, you can really get an idea of how the different groups view each other. They view the different genders very differently. Okay, so that is, of course, a key factor in how they're educated and how they treat each other. So very interesting. I wish we had more time to continue, but we are out of time. The link is in the Verbling chat if you want to continue. But I hope that made you think a little bit more about what some of the differences are between men and women. And maybe it's not all about genetics and biology. Maybe it's about the different cultures as well.
Yeah,
So I hope it was
teacher,
interesting. Yes, go ahead,
teacher.
Leandro.
I read something some time ago that that told I don't know uh, that matriarchal families are more lovely.
Are more lovely or more
Yes,
loving.
because the mother is the center of the family.
Yeah, so maybe it could be maybe that is something else that you could take from this. Yeah, maybe it could be. So that could be an interesting article.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. So if anything, we learned those two words, patrilineal, and matriarchal. So centered around the man and the woman. So thank you everyone for coming, for participating in reading and discussing, and I hope to see you in the future, okay?
Okay, thank you
Thank you
very
so much.
much.
See
Yes,
ya.
take care everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye
See
Bye
bye.
ya.
bye.
Good night.